traditional kundalini yoga, and then something we give with a yogi bhajan understanding also, and to the west he gave the knowledge. Now when the things starting let's say opening up, you have to some way to fit to the it's fitting is not the right word actually. You need to fit the people into the knowledge, but somehow to make it available for the general masses to understand so deep and secret knowledge, and you want to reveal to the general masses. So that's why there's some kind of a dilution tend to happen, and that's happened to the Yogi Bhajan's teachings also. You will see a lot of difference between the when he was teaching around 1969 and 70, when he started his journey into the Kundalini teaching, and now in the present day you see the Kundalini teaching is very much has been diluted, and that's why our effort is to give the students the knowledge of the traditional and classical understanding of the Kundalini as well. So in our school we first create the base, as you have mentioned. The first you need to prepare the body, you need to build up the body. It's like we give the example of a earth pot. The earth pot, you want to hold the water into the earth pot. First you bake it, you make it, and then you bake it in the furnace to make it strong, because later on you want to put the water into it so it can hold the water, and you can serve the people also with that one. Same way with our body also. Kundalini, basic things we need to understand. Kunda in the Sanskrit has been called this body. And the energy which is dormant or hidden, or we say that the people they have not explored it fully, the energy which is latent in you, that energy has been given the name Kundalini. In the Kunda, the body, energy which is there. And that's why in the Kundalini, we first learn to practice a lot of bandhas, because the moment you start awakening, let's say start hitting the energy into the body, start awakening it, the first thing is you need to lock into the energy, not letting it to flow down. Otherwise, it can take you to the old tendencies and the which we call chitta vrittis, into the subconscious mind, which is the memory from the past is there. So the moment you awake your energy, it will take you to the old patterns.
Yes.
And that's why the yogis, they have said, first you work with your body, make your body also strong, not necessarily like a muscular thing you need to build,
right,
but making your body free from any kind of disease and the illness.
Yes.
Then you are using the bandhas. Basically, we speak about the three kind of bandhas, but there are more bandhas in the kriyas. You make the students to learn those all bandhas as kriya, so that the energy get awakened. You are able to preserve, you lock it, the energy into the system, so it doesn't take you into the past impressions and the past tendencies. Otherwise, then again we build up some more karma rather than getting free of the karma. Yeah. So that's why it has been given the bit that you need to give a proper time to this kind of knowledge. Usually, sometimes the people, they have not taken any training into the yoga also. They are not familiar with even hatha yoga. So and they want to jump into the Kundalini because they have heard the name. The Kundalini yoga is like a super highway. It's bring the instant realization you in the quicker way of exploring yourself. So still the students I take into some hatha training. Please first take some hatha yoga training. So build up your some integration within your body,
yes,
about your emotional state and your energy state, and then on the top you can practice some intensified kriyas. So there has been in the past also. That's why the yogi, they instantly were not revealing this knowledge to the general masses. First they want to lead them into sadhana. We call sadhana, not only practice abhyasa. Nowadays people, they are thinking about the yoga just learning some asanas. It's your sadhana is a more deeper invention of the yogi, which has a integrated things inside into about asanas, also meditation, also the pranayama, breathing, the mantras, and various kinds of kriya. So together when we practice in our life, that's called our sadhana. And with the sadhana, it has been given a longer time to.
So the sadhana is a spiritual practice, but
Exactly.
it takes place, it is your whole life with this purpose and this perseverance.
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to deplore is that even the word yoga has been, the meaning of the word yoga, which starts with this idea of yug and of yoking in English, a yoke is a device that linked oxen together so that the twin strength adds up to a single strength by yoking two tendencies that maybe would otherwise go one against the other. The what I found deplorable, the way things are going, is that suddenly it looks like, what the West has misinterpreted as Kriya Yoga becomes a sort of gymnastics, which we will soon see enter into an Olympic discipline. That's to be, and that would be a great tragedy, because there's a sort of idea that in some sort of athletic manner you reach or relaxing manner, suddenly these things are devoid of their initial function and are in a sense vulgarized.
It's very true. You see, the yoga is even the ancient yogic text, whatever you read, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna speaks about the different chapter has been given the name Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, like all the chapters they have been given the different name. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is considered to be connected with the Hatha Yoga, the ancient book, Geren Samhita. If you look into these old books, yoga has been used the word to unite the faculty of your mind. It doesn't have actually in the sense something to take care with the body. It's about to take care of our mind and mental faculties and your intellectual capabilities and faculties. So now when we speak about, let's say, two people to bring together, or in the society to bring the people together into this oneness and harmony, the yogi, they emphasize the first thing you need to build this union and integration within yourself. Your mind and intellect has to be integrated with the consciousness. Once it gets integrated with the consciousness within you, and this is also the fundamental of Tantra, as you mentioned before, integrating our energy and the consciousness. So in the energy, when we speak about our emotion. Emotion is also what? Energy in motion. Whenever energy start getting shaking inside us, whether with the conversation of other person or the partner or family member. I was just 2 days ago, some lady was speaking to about their family member, that whenever she talks, she became emotional to the daughter and the son. So they make her emotional. I said, yes, the energy, it means you have not explored it fully. Some other thing is becoming a trigger for that. If you would have been explored it fully within you and you get integrated within you, then the other person has the talk with you, any conversation, or this conversation might not be so harmonious. Sometimes we have this confliction in the opinions. Then it will not take you to any extreme kind of emotions. You will be able to maintain the equanimity of your inner state. And that's why the yoga has to be equanimous within ourselves. So when this state is getting built inside us, then you want to stay with this person, one person, second person, third person, you will be in a greater union externally also. So that's why Yogi has said, yoking and integrating within yourself. In the science, we use the integration. One of the neurobiologists I mentioned when the students they come to the training, his name is Daniel. He has used the word integration. In the West also, the people, they have come a lot of research, but that research is also regarding the mind. About the consciousness dimension is something beyond that. But a lot of thing has been put forward with the mind as well. So they use the word integration, integrating our right and left hemisphere of the brain, the frontal cortex and our small part of the brain, top of our integrating our brain with our spinal cord, which we speaks our nervous system. When this integration tend to happen within us, and you feel this fully present with you, then whosoever XYZ comes into your energy circle, they will also automatically get united in your presence. And that is the beauty of the yoga, and has been propounded in the past, and it's still like in the present also. You can find some good teacher and the master in that direction. It's not only the people you see the yoga is like a gymnastic thing, and in the tantra also you find gymnastic thing. That is also there, part of the word is also there, but still you will find a lot of good teacher who are maintaining the good this tradition of this ancient wisdom and the knowledge, and they are taking forward with a true spirit and true with a great understanding.
And Tantra, of course, is a weave.
Yes.
A weave
Yeah.
of energy.
Yeah, weave of energy. It's make everything getting integrated, because like now say internet. Internet has is sometimes we use the word. It has integrated the whole world as well.
Yeah.
Now nobody is away from that.
Mm.
So we call web.
Yes.
So Tantra is also web of energy. Energetically, you get connected, and everyone, each of us, we become uplifting for each other, rather than the way the people they approach that energy, it becomes depleting for each other. So instead of uplifting and arising into, whether you are into the personal bonding with one person or you are in relationship with everybody, so you take them forward in an uplifting and arising state.
A very interesting word you used, the term of the web,
Right.
because a web is also something that a spider weaves to
Mhm.
catch prey.
Mm-hmm.
So possibly you also have this, when things are used the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
I always remind people that in the old days there was a convex mirror.
Mm-hmm.
This mirror was laid on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
a very large mirror, and birds flying, the birds that people like to eat would fly over,
Mm-hmm.
see other birds in the mirror and flock to those birds.
Mhm.
But it was their own reflection.
Mhm.
At that point, a net went down
Mm-hmm.
and they were all caught.
Mm-hmm.
So the spider also weaves a very beautiful web,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually in a place where there's darkness and there's light,
Mm-hmm.
and an unwary insect becomes caught in that web
Mhm.
and becomes its prey. So that's a fascinating
Mm-hmm. Yes.
double side to the web.
Yes, double side to the web, I agree with that, but the yogi has the right intention to put those praise also to the right place. They will not there, let's say, the another side which we find sometime, let's say, the person is building the net of the, let's say, yogic knowledge and the yogic wisdom and some sadhana and the practice. So when they bring that, of course, they use all sorts of skills.
Mhm.
A skill is also we call yoga karmasu koshalam. Yoga is skill in action.
Mhm.
We learn to cultivate our skills in every area and aspect of our life. And so yoga there doesn't just relate to the asanas. Cooking is also a yoga. Singing is also a yoga. Sleeping is also a yoga. That's we do the yoga nidra.
Right.
So every aspect of life we let that energy to permeate, and everything becomes sportive and uplifting to us. So when, let's say, they put this web and the praise are catching, they will transform them as well. That's why you hear the stories about the demons in the past, and the devils and the asuras we speak into the Srimad Bhagavat and the Puranas. There are a lot of stories about that. But you see what the Srimad Bhagavat and the Puranas, there are a lot of stories about that. But you see what did the yogi with them? They transformed the life and they liberated them. So here comes the mukti, moksha and bhakti. Bhakti, they have put the one step little bit more further. Mukti is like you are individually getting free. You make yourself liberated. You are free. You move in the world with this free spirit. But when you let yourself, other people also to move into that energy, that's called devotion, that's called love, and that is the true emotion to cultivate. So the yogi, because with this right intention they build up, so if something comes in their network and in their net, and they will transform that spirit also, not to letting into like a negative sense, rather than uplifting and liberating and making them also ready for the further journey. For, in my opinion, the way to look to that things is like this, that there is also possibility of transformation. If something they are coming into their network, that's why sometimes you might have student teacher also, they have a lot of thing connecting with the ego. The egoistic tendencies, if somebody is getting occupied with that, then the teacher master is there, they will use the skills somehow to let it to that, because that is also a energy and space inside you, and it can be transformed. Everything here can be recycled and transformed. So whatever the worst person is there, that's why Krishna also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, whatever karma you have, the person has done in the past, Arjuna, when they come into touch with the devotion and these things, there is a possibility to transform. They get completely transformed. So they take in that way, and that's why the network also they throw to catch the people, and they put into the process. Right yogi will put them into the process and will take them into the transformation.
Right, that's beautiful. Beautifully said. I mean, absolutely amazing. I'm reminded, of course, of these wonderful Shida stories of how even evil intention can be used to, if somebody even has an evil intention but is wisely directed, then their sadhana performed with perseverance will lead them unwittingly to enlightenment. Like the bandit king wanted the sword to dominate the world. When he followed the sadhana, of course, when he grasped the handle of the sword, he was enlightened. And that's what I always loved, this law of inversion, so that we don't have just the empty, what I, this virtue manifestation of some Philistine type people who like to say, oh, I'm so virtuous and I'm so moral and all that. So,
yes. You see, when the students, they come to learn even for the training or the retreat, first thing I make this clear distinction between this awakening and enlightenment. Awakening is a process, like we mentioned before. The process of yoking and integrating and making the things clear within ourselves.
Right.
Like we say awake. Awake means you become aware of the things around you. So awakening means you start becoming aware of your internal happening, where your what kind of thoughts are going inside within myself, where my intellect is occupied, what kind of thing is considering and reading, what kind of emotions are going through me. So to be aware of this entire dimension within ourselves, that's we call awakening. It's a process. Yeah? When the things start becoming very clear to you, something you seeing in the nature also, okay, this is the way the principle of the nature works. That's why in the ancient time we used to call them rishis. Rishis means they see the thing as they are. They don't put any label from their side.
Right.
And they start aligning with those. They understand, okay, these are the principle of the nature. If anybody is going to interfere with them, the body is going to suffer, not the principle of the nature.
Right.
Yeah. So then slowly and gradually they start taking this next step to aligning with the principle of the nature, and they become very clear. They get established into those. Now one person comes and says something to you, second person comes say something to you. Now you will not be get diluted and distracted by those things. Why? Because now you have become clearly established into some principle of the nature, and that's we call enlightenment. Enlightenment means what? Enlighten your inner side, you become fully aware and get lighted up. Now the things become very clear, crystal to you. Now there is nothing you see that it can make you diluted or can pull you out of it. Sometime it comes. That's why the yogis say, once you get into this, I say to the next step, like we started with the sadhana. My teacher told me, take your sadhana as your life as your sadhana. It's not something that some point you will come in and say, I'm done with my sadhana. Take is your whole life. First you are getting this clarity within yourself and becoming aligned with the principle of the nature. Now you let other people to come into this zone and under zone. And this is a very beautifully, Adi Shankaracharya also has put just in one stanza. He gives the whole life. He says, first you liberate yourself. Okay, I liberated myself, then what is the next? Liberate other people. Make this planet a better place to live.
And the key to it all is a simple word as well, inner standing as opposed to understanding, which, you cannot stand under, but if you stand within inner standing, then it really, these things become clear, and that's the position we have to adopt. Swamiji, I'm so happy we've had this conversation together.
It's my
and
pleasure.
we will have, this is the first of many, I hope.
Yes.
And we will do this again. And I hope that everybody has enjoyed those beautiful ways that you have of putting it and articulating these profound and beautiful truths. Thank you so much for attending these conversations in the castle.
And thank you so much for giving this opportunity to be here also, to see this beautiful. I would like to invite the people to come at least to see this legacy you have, making this effort to maintain this and to make this people to available. And I'm hoping to something to do more greater here. And of course, I will
definitely.
This is
absolutely. Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's why we.
Beautiful.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for this talk. It was
It was me too. Hi.
you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights
Listen to this, check it, that everything is okay.